Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Josie K Tarot. I'm Josie K, and this is the second half of April of 2021 spiritual guidance reading. I've decided to focus on career and finance, which of course can include creativity, starting small businesses, and so on. For each sign, because of the personal readings I've been receiving, most of them have been career and finance related. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, before each time I lay a spread on video, I do a collective energy on the collective sign. So for Taurus here, and then I put the cards away and I see how they play out again. Of course, they're usually the same or similar messages. So I laid this out, and as I did, it was such a beautiful message that I've decided to keep these cards. And then we'll build upon them with a tarot deck here for further clarification and so on. But what I tell people when you receive your personal reading is now would be a really good time to just close your eyes and listen. For those of you who want to see the story in front of you, I will provide the corresponding cards. Maybe the pictures will help in some way. Write down what you are hearing, and at the end of the video really look at what you wrote down, because my job is to translate spiritual guidance for the collective, and therefore it is up to whomever to say, I receive these positive messages, because when we do so, it is amazing how things change. In fact, I just completed a reading where the center card of the circle spread was a surprise card. I sent it off, and as I do, I apply Reiki energy to my prayers as I send the videos. And ironically, they had the surprise card in the middle, and as soon as they received my mail with the video attached, they got a call from the business. So the surprise card and the call were all right now in the center. It happens all the time. All right, so just if you can't write it down, when something comes through and it feels applicable to you, and say you're driving in your car, just repeat it to yourself, because you're receiving then what Spirit's trying to say, and you'll identify that it's something that you needed to hear. Okay, that's clairvoyance, that's listening to your intuition, that's how Spirit communicates to us, to our soul. So I started with two decks here. We started with the Sacred Traveler deck by Denise Lynn, and then I like to add an additional layer here of spiritual advice and messages from the Archangel Gabriel deck by Doreen Virtue. So let's go ahead and get started. And for some of you, again, there are going to be beautiful messages in here that are going to, just kind of ring a bell. And, say that message to yourself, or say, I received that message, because that positive energy, once we acknowledge it, can change everything. All right. So in the center of this Taurus's spread here, and I just pray for whichever Taurus needs to hear these messages the most, via Father, Son, Holy Ghost, those who've passed before you, however you feel you are receiving these messages. Everyone is unique. We had the Traveling Lightly card by mid-April of 2021. So there was a message here to simplify your life, to get rid of that which no longer serves you, that which was unhealthy for you. There's always temptations around us, and I feel like this Taurus is being guided to get back in touch with who you truly are after a time of difficulty. So I brought in, again, the Archangel Gabriel deck by Doreen Virtue for further clarification and confirmation, and Spirit offered up the Authenticity card. And the card says, trust that your real self, whom God created divinely perfect, has the strength and knowledge needed for the situation. So as you walk authentically and travel lightly on your feet, right? Just kind of testing the grounds, looking at the journey in front of you. Trust that you were created divinely perfect, and that now you have the strength and the knowledge to move into a higher, better path. So when we learn something about ourselves, we can acknowledge that and rise above and create a new journey or direction for ourselves. And that's what Spirit's talking about mid-April for whichever Taurus I'm reading for during this general reading. Now in the thoughts position, we had the wise leader card, okay? And the wise leader is looking over here saying, you know what? I'm going to move forward. I'm going to travel lightly. I'm not going to bring all that baggage with me, for I know that I am meant to be a leader in the eyes of others. People are looking to you by mid April of 2021. And I feel like it's kind of a shaky energy. Like everybody's looking at Taurus now to see where you're going to go, what you're creating for whatever reason. And Spirit offered up the time management card. So they're nudging this Taurus to place your priorities at the top of your to-do list and to not allow distractions at this time to deter you from this beautiful new journey. Okay, so there are some temptations here, but Spirit's saying if you can just plan things daily and move forward in an authentic, true way to who you are, then you're going to be seeing the blessings of a better path. Wow. Okay. Man, I just got emotional, so hold on. Okay. So in the relationship sector of the circle spread, during the second half of April of 2021, we have just go with the flow. Everything is smooth sailing in the relationship sector to another or others. Now, for those of you who have been waiting to communicate, I saw this little beautiful person here. I felt like it was a mother figure, grandmother figure. There may have been some form of desire to communicate here. And when I looked at the bottom of the Game of Thrones deck, I saw the High Priestess. So yeah, she's above the queens, right? She is like probably more of a grandmother figure or someone who is very caring, loving, giving, but extremely intuitive and spiritual. Everything is going to be smooth sailing with this person, you know, be it at work, you know, or just a separate message here. Everything is fine. Now, if this is related to finance and career, because that brought me in a different area. Remember, your time management that Spirit's guiding you to place your priorities and get to those things every day is going to bring you into the light of the eyes of others. You will be recognized as a leader if you will just walk in authenticity, okay? We've had Mars in Gemini since the end of February all the way into here around the 23rd or 24th of April of 2021. So just trust here that Spirit's saying in connection to another or others, Spirit is giving you the strength to kind of just go with the flow and trust that things are moving, are smooth sailing, okay? And they clarified with the allow yourself to receive love card. So this is caring, loving support, even though things were difficult in the past. Open your arms to welcome the blessings and the answered prayers that God is sending your way. For if you go with the flow and you shine in the eyes of others because you know what you're working towards, you're managing your time, you're focusing on your priorities, you're starting to recognize a beacon in yourself, whichever Taurus this is. If you'll just trust that you are divinely perfect, you were meant to do good and be recognized here. And that's what Spirit's helping you to do, is to receive. Okay, to take down those walls in relation to another or others and just receive the blessings and the prayers in connection to another or others. If you're looking for a job, allow yourself to kind of go with the flow and trust that as you pray to Spirit, somebody will recognize your authenticity, and you could very well step into a better paying position or some form of leadership position, which is beautiful here. So in the creative aspects position, the message really is, during the second half of April of 2021, stay focused, hold the course. So, you know, you may find contentment regarding a job and your financial circumstances, and then that's where temptation crawls back in. So Spirit's just saying, stay focused, go with the flow, hold the course, okay? Allow yourself to receive. Take down those walls. Let people see that beautiful light within you as you focus on your priorities during the second half of April of 2021. And as you are creating great things, maybe, saving up money, listen only to love, Spirit's saying. Don't allow fear to distract you from your divine mission, right? Spirit's trying to always guide us into that path that is higher and better for us. So we've got to trust and say, I receive. So in the actions position for during the second half of April of 2021, this is really all that Spirit's guiding this Taurus to do. To really ground yourself and go deep. To really think about how your life was here, there, and everywhere, and how now you can get back in touch with who you were meant to be, that divinely perfect soul, a leader, actually. As you focus on your priorities, allow yourself to receive, but also maintain your boundaries from anyone or anything that starts to make you feel fearful that you're going to screw up this journey, is what I'm hearing. Because as you ground yourself throughout the second half of April, there are many by the end of April or early May. I just heard the first week of May of 2021, where you're going to be celebrating some form of success. I grounded myself. I walked in authenticity. I focused on my priorities. I opened my heart. I didn't let fear distract me. I stayed focused. I went with the flow. And now by the end of April of 2021, I realized that I have transformed. This is such a beautiful energy. A fresh new way is emerging, right? I moved into a higher, better path. I recognized who I was inside. I recognized this little light of mine was meant to shine, right? So I am focusing on my priorities. I'm going to ground myself, not let anyone deter me in the second half of April, and instead wait until the success arrives. For I know emotionally, for some, you're going to know I'm transforming. I'm going through a complete rebirth. I'm starting over from when I was a baby, but now I have control over who I connect with and the decisions I make. So emotionally, see, agent manager. Some here are transforming from a regular position to a leadership position. And you may be aware of this by mid-April, and or it may take until the end of April. And that's why Spirit's saying, travel lightly, authentically, allow yourself to receive, listen only to love, because look at subconsciously, this is what Spirit wants you to feel. Sometime during the second half of April of 2021, Spirit's just saying, open your heart to joy. Allow yourself to receive the blessings and the answers to your prayer. And for some of you, prayers, share your art with the world. That's what's going to bring you joy and delight. That's what's tying into your authentic self. Travel lightly and share your art with others. Go with the flow and receive the blessings and the answered prayers to what you are working on, what you like to do, what you know you are talented at. For day-to-day Tauruses, you've got protected by the angels. You are cherished. In fact, there are some, I'm getting older person here, but not too old, someone watching over Tauruses here. So watch for signs and synchronicities. Maybe you see their picture in the second half of April, and that's Spirit saying somebody, and the angels, of course, are watching over you. They want you to identify that beautiful, divinely perfect self, and to not allow fear to distract you. Remain focused, Spirit's saying, and we will protect you. So day to day, make sure you know what your goals and intentions are for the day and for the future to obtain your long-term goals. How you're going to maintain is why a vision board could be very good right now for Tauruses. You could create images and words that inspire you so that you can stay focused, right? So that no one distracts you. Your fear doesn't distract you. Fear of success. We have time management and authenticity leads you to a management position, transformation. Allow yourself to share your talents, your skills, and focus not only on time management, but on a vision board. Something that fulfills you spiritually, something that you are conquering day to day for the long term. Even if it's saving up money to buy your own home, okay? In your inner strengths position, you will be reaching your destination. Look at that. Inside that bubble is a beautiful home, a beautiful business, organization, or a raise. So Spirit's giving the Tauruses the strength to let your light shine. We talked about that before. For there will be success if you will ground yourself, right? In the actions position during the second half of April. So this is a very important message as well. Spirit's giving the Taurus the strength to ask for what you want. clear communication with yourself, with God, and with others will help to avoid misunderstandings and speed up the process of answered prayers. And the answered prayers card is in the relationship sector. So share your art maybe with someone who you know is going to support you and love you and lift you up and help you or guide you. Okay, because those energies are around the collective in the second half of April. We learn from each other, or we learn something and then we teach others. So it's about finding your sanctuary, your source, your contentment. And then as you observe during the second half of April, Taurus, it's time to give gratitude to others for the blessings in your life who've ever helped you, and to know that joy and delight will expand as you share yourself, as you share your art, your talents, your skills. Eventually, there's a realization here by the end of April, early May, whereby rainbow blessings will be showering in this Taurus's life. So if you look at my 3-card spread to my right with the same Archangel Gabriel deck, we've got blocks being lifted here as someone walks in their divine perfect self and focuses on time management. Previous obstacles came from fear, and Spirit's saying now we are lifting them away. It may be feeling, you may be feeling a little bit vulnerable at this time, but Spirit's saying, share what you're creating. And behind that I saw the media card, so that could be via radio, internet. All right, now we do have by the second or third week, let's see, so that would be, I'm going to say just by the first or second, the last week or two of April is what I'm trying to say. Spirit saying continue to polish your creative projects, but don't get in your own way. Don't fear doing things perfect. And remember, if you have found contentment, a good thing to do is to go out and help children. Okay, help guide maybe the youth. Because for some of you, if that's your work, what you're working on, this is Spirit's message to you. It's time to give that gratitude to those who helped you maybe, and then turn around and help teach others. For that was offered with the recognition card. So here comes this new project. Ground yourself. Think about, what is it that truly fulfills me day to day? Because there's a new project happening here, because this Taurus transformed. They found their authentic self. They focused on their priorities. They created a vision board, and now they're not allowing fear to stand in their way. They're focused on going with the flow and stepping into a path eventually of success. So we have create or join a writer's group to gain inspirational friendship or support. So again, I'm feeling like if someone helped you, even collectively, now's the time to go out and help others. For Spirit saying you are deserving of this position, this leadership position in this life. This is what you were meant to do. So remember, it's about placing your priorities at the top of your list and then connecting with others. Maybe traveling here and there in the second half of April, while you focus on some form of success, art, helping another or others. Blessings will be showering into your life in connection to another or others. So let's look a little bit deeper here. Since I was drawn to the Game of Thrones deck, we might as well bring in that tarot deck for further clarification. So beautiful messages. Someone here learned. And now instead of being angry, they're setting goals for themselves, and they're being guided to give gratitude. You know, sometimes we're angry because of the lessons and the people that were walking that lesson with us, but we need to really look at ourselves and get back in touch with the blessed human that we were meant to be. Okay, so we have justice. This is what I was feeling. So for some Tauruses, by mid-April of 2021, we have the Justice card. It's a major arcana. It has to do sometimes with the law, right? It has to do with maintaining balance as you set goals and meet goals. For if you travel lightly and manage your time, justice will then turn in your favor. right? As we do good things, as we give good things, if we offer kind words and messages, that's positive karma. That's what helps put us into some form of leadership position. I learned, and now justice is turning in my favor. So someone, as you're moving forward authentically and people see that you're taking control over your journey, Spirit is going to step in again with a major arcana here. Wow. Big things happening by the 3rd going into the 4th week of April of 2021 for this Taurus. The Chariot is when Spirit steps in and says, look, we're going to travel or move into the direction of success. You will now be able to sidestep old difficulties as you think about your priorities. As you put your priorities at the top of the list, we're going to help you to move or travel into the direction of success so that in the relationship sector with another or others, you can really be free. And that's what this number 5 year is at 2021, is about being free from difficulties, holding up walls when Spirit's saying, just go with the flow. Open your arms to the blessings and the answered prayers. If there's some healing that needs to be done, or if there's something you've been working on regarding art, now's the time to share with the world. For people are going to see you giving off this bright, beautiful aura, and you're going to feel like a kid again. So in the creative aspects position, we don't have a lot going on here creatively. For some reason, we've got a Taurus with the 5 of Swords energies who's feeling a bit conflicted. Now, this is, to me, more about inner conflict. So Spirit's saying, listen to love. Take down those walls. Share your gifts, your talents, your skills. Don't allow fear to distract you from remaining focused on shining like the sun and going with the flow. For by the last week in April of 2021, we do have the Page of Spears energies. Now, Spears in this particular reading, in this position, which is the actions position of the circle spread, we have the Page of Spears representing career and finance to me. So the Taurus that takes action in the second half of April to keep their head down and continue to go into the path of success, to listen only to love, to sidestep fear or inner conflict or heartache or frustration. Now is the time, as you keep your head down, whereby you're going to receive communication regarding career and finance. So as you ground yourself, here comes success, and Spirit's already saying on this card, congratulations, you did it. So in the hopes position, the emotional aspects position during the second half of April, we have a Taurus with the 8 of Swords energies who's feeling stuck or trapped in some way. Now, the good thing about this card is the swords in this card are a figment of one's imagination, just like we talked about down here with the 5 of Swords. But this is actually feeling like you can't move one way or another. But Spirit's saying you are going through a very spiritual transformation. Remember, it's time to live your life in a completely different way. A new reborn soul is coming from within you. And for some of you, you're going to be connecting with an agent or manager at the end of April going into early May, whereby justice turns in your favor, right? You think about success and you've got to free yourself from this fear, this worry, this inner conflict. There's so many good things around you, but this energy could cause for things to either slow down or to not even work on your behalf. Positive energy is the key here. So in the subconscious position, we've got the 7 of Spears. We've now gone from inner conflict to actually thinking about fighting and arguing with others. But Spirit's saying, share your art, for that will bring joy and delight. That will bring you into the sunlight, feeling very, very good again, where you can continue to remain balanced and focus on your success. Success is coming if you will allow yourself to transform emotionally, to shed what was, and to free yourself. Write down, whatever's keeping me stuck or trapped, are these things? They're preventing me from transformation. Then cross those things off and replace them with some form of artwork or creative idea, for that's what's going to bring you energies of joy and delight. That's what's going to get rid of fighting with others or some form of aggressive energy. So day to day, we have the 6 of Coins, right? I want to reach out and see if there is an equal connection or balance or opportunities. Again, if someone's conflicted with another person, there's just a side message here to reach out. Okay, now, if you are focusing on a vision board, with images and words. That's spirit as well, with the angels stepping in here saying, we see what you want and we're helping for you to receive that offer. So again, someone here may be conflicted because they're feeling like they're not getting paid what they're worth, but the message is coming if you will do what we talked about earlier. Keep your head down, keep your priorities at the top of your list. Don't be deterred by fear or other people, but instead just trust in prayer, and the angels will help bring you, as long as you are grounded, right? As long as you don't go backwards, because transformation is like the old path burning away, and now the new you is here. And you can't move forward being the new you when you're making yourself feel stuck. And those swords are uncomfortable, okay? So in the inner strengths position, Spirit is offering you up the Lover's card. Now, when we're talking about career and finance, Spirit's saying we're giving you the strength to hang in there, to make that dream of that building, that organization, that home, what you are passionate about, will come as a result of you allowing for your light to shine brightly, right? This little light of mine. Okay, I'm going to let my light shine. I'm going to take down those walls. I'm going to share my art, my talents, my skills, and I'm going to listen only to love. I'm going to keep my head down, and I'm going to work on what I'm passionate about. For I know that as I ground myself now, that success is heading my way. So Spirit again is saying, yell as you pray, for clear communication with Spirit will help you not only to have the strength to avoid any misunderstandings, but will speed up the process of your prayers. So just like I was talking about, it's all about the energy. And if you pray and trust, boom, that offer comes. Okay, so I see to my left, laying down an old path because of a new path with the Ace of Pentacles. Spirit is offering a gift to this Taurus, saying, here's a win, here's an inheritance, here's a lump sum of money, and or here's a path that will grow and prosper. I'm going to set goals and meet goals to celebrate a solid foundation for myself. And I know that if I don't give in to temptation, the Wheel of Fortune will turn in my favor as well. So I'm going to wait, I'm going to look, and I'm going to start a new path with someone, or I'm going to create this new path and tell people I'm a new me. I don't think you need to tell them, though. I think you're going to show them as you focus on your vision board and time management, right? Yeah, a new doorway is going to open up. I'm feeling towards the end of April, though it may take some into and around the 7th to the 10th of May of 2021. Either way, let's see. Yeah. This is what's getting in your way. Again, write down, how can I free myself and allow myself to transform and let go and go with the flow, stay focused, and trust that Spirit's guiding me to an offer when the time is right, and that I will be very passionate with the Lover's card here, that justice turned in my favor, and celebrate even, realizing that as you prayed to Spirit for what you wanted, so too did you step into the light of the sun. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas out of 10. Justice turns in your favor. If you sidestep difficulty, move into the path of direction, you will shine like the sun. If you leave behind unhealthy communications with others, lay down all your battles and instead share your art with the world. People will recognize you and there will be success. People will recognize your talents and skills if you allow yourself to go through a very spiritual transformation. You could step into a leadership position, or you can connect with someone who sees how far you've come and what you've accomplished. Therefore, they may guide you to travel into a direction of greater abundance or make that offer here eventually. So lots of messages of guidance in there. That's why as you write things down, go back, read what you wrote down, because I feel like that is receiving. When you write down a message that really is clicking, go back and look at those messages, because you may be very surprised at what you wrote down. So I'm going to close, Taurus, with the, what is that? Daily Guidance from Your Angels deck by Doreen Virtue. Closing message, please, for this Taurus during the second half of April of 2021. Again, see only love. Write down that sentence and then really think about, what does that mean? Am I at the most joyful time of my life? Because that's what Spirit wants me to get to. I need trustworthy guidance. So I need to figure out what it is that I desire, and to know that steady progress will help to guide me into better relationships with others. So this card says, look past the seeming errors, right, with the Eight of Swords energies, the mistakes and the misunderstandings, and see only love within each person, including yourself. Your resolute focus upon the love that underlies every situation brings about healing in undreamed of ways. A shower of abundance will come, and your light will shine as soon as you let go of the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords energy. Because you could build up to, I'm conflicted, I want to, oops, that's Spears, argue, but then I'll be stuck emotionally. Those are the energies that need to go. So pray to Spirit to lift them up out of your path. Because for some, remember, creative expression is going to bring you in connection to others. Could be that you're writing, drawing, painting. And Spirit saying it's because if you focus on what you enjoy daily, with the daily practice energy, so too will you recognize that not only are you deserving of this happiness, this health, and this love, but you have greater motivation than you ever have. Why? Because there may be a realization for some at the end of April, early May, who saw this video and recognized in hindsight that divine guidance was with you all the way. That your ideas are receiving heaven sent answers. And on the very bottom of the Archangel Gabriel deck, we have a new project. So something new is opening up, or you're creating something, and all you have to do is let go of any old frustration, sidestep them with the Chariot card, and move into a path where not only you're feeling successful, but that you're shining more brightly and more passionately about life than you have before. So many blessings of peace, joy, and happiness, and success to you all. Take care, and God bless.